Hello? Hello?
Yeah, this.
Hello?
I hate this fucking thing, dude.
We're here. Hold on, Wes. What the hell's going on? Cameras are on, Bo. Cameras are on. Hold up. Three-peat. And get rid of the intro. Remove.
Yeah, we gotta. So the intro. That's what's messing us up, man. Because we had a scene on the left. It's only one scene on the left. It should just be two cameras side by side. This view right here. That goes on the
scenes
left.
Don't
That's
work.
all
right.
It has to be.
So
as soon as the intro is over, all we should have to do is go to that scene that has this view and click on it, and that's it.
Oh yeah, sure. In theory.
What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in. Welcome back to another Thursday night stream. We come to you live every Thursday and talk all things crypto, keep you updated on the markets, informed, entertained, and more importantly, ahead of the markets. That is what we are here for. We are Remora. We swim with the whale. We keep you guys side by side in line with the big money. And we have a lot to talk about tonight, man. There's a lot of things that's happening fundamentally and on the charts. And there's this one pattern that plays out every single time, almost guaranteed. But there's also on the bearish side something that we have to watch out for, man. We can't ignore it. My name is Wes. I'm joined with, as always, Siri Crypto. What's up, Siri? How you doing, man?
Just for the record, that software does not work as it's intended, y'all. So I apologize.
What's that?
Because when you load that freaking video, man, when you load the intro video on this, it cuts to the other scene first for a split second. I was all looking at the camera like this and shit.
Yeah, it's all good, dude.
Before we start, hold up, man. Just hold up, because I was dying, dude. That's why I was late, man. I was late. You gotta, before we even start this, you gotta see. You might already saw this. Hold up, man. Y'all gotta wait a second. I gotta bring this up, Wes, before we even start. Screen share. Hold up. And Wes may be the only one that's gonna laugh at this. You guys might not get it, but if you knew. All right, hold on. Just hold on a damn second now. Oh shit! This is what's killing me, man. This is why I was late. That's fucking Andrew.
Bro, he's been copying.
Look at this. Look.
He's been editing his face and everything, dude.
Yo, this shit is killing me.
Good. Dude, he's awesome with that, man.
That shit is killing me, man. Oh my god, dude. That shit is killing me, bro. I'm sorry,
bro,
man.
He already like almost looks like him. He already almost looks just like him.
Yo, that shit is fucking.
That is funny, man. That is
funny as shit. Oh man, I'm sorry. I had to show that, man. That was killing me. Man, that was funny. We might just leave him up on the whole stream. Damn, that was good. All right. My bad, man. Let's get serious here. Let's get serious. Y'all came to invest. Y'all came to make money. What's going on?
Dude, last week's video did incredible, man. Incredible. So hopefully we do the same tonight. With the markets being kind of boring right now, we never know. But there is a lot to talk about on the charts. Some levels. If there's anything you guys want to look at, if you're in the chat and you want us to look at, let us know. Let us know what you like. Give us some alpha, man. We'll look over it. And also, Midnight. GMB wants for us to mention Midnight. I don't know much about it, so I'll let you have that glory. Have you done your research on it?
I think it's the privacy layer on Cardano. I have not. I just remember what he said. I think.
It sounds like it's a layer.
He said it was a privacy layer on Cardano.
Yeah, it almost sounds like it's a layer on top of Cardano that allows other DApps to kind of operate on the Cardano blockchain. It almost sounds like a layer 2, man. So I'm not really sure, man. I'm not really sure. But from what I saw,
I got Midnight.network. followed by 19 degens that we know. So GMB, I see Lily on the list. I see stuff on the list. Where's GMB? Okay, there's GMB. So this is it right here. Let me share my screen real quick. We'll share it because, I am impressed that the stuff.io team reached back out to me about the music NFTs. And look, y'all can say what you want. I was a non-believer of Cardano. Still not a huge fan of Charles yet, but you know what? I'm starting to pay attention. I'm starting to listen to Cardano Army a little bit here. Here's the thing. Man, this thing is loud. This is where the hell did it go? I just followed it, didn't I? Midnight Network. This is it right here. Okay, let me follow it real quick. So it looks like GMB already read the white paper. I have not dug into this, but I think this is the safeguard sensitive commercial and personal data. Testnet is now live. So they're in the testnet right now. Let me screen share real quick, Wes. Bring it up. So if you're curious, if you guys are what do they call them? What do they call them, Wes? If you're Cardano, they call them Ada Gang.
Ada Gang, I think. Yeah, I think it's Ada Gang.
Ada Gang. So if you're Ada Gang and you're looking for some new stuff, this is a brand new testnet. Midnight. It's midnight.network. We're getting real stream and lag problems right now, Wes. Are you getting some problems too, or what? It's not letting me share the screen. Can you make it to where it shares the screen?
Shares your screen?
Yeah. Or is it just because it's lagging?
Do that. I don't know if I can share.
I already hit share. Yeah, maybe it's just being laggy as hell.
Yeah, I haven't.
Yeah, sometimes it just works. Sometimes it don't. Yeah, it's not working. All right. Let me close this out then. Anyway, it's midnight.network. And so if you're interested, check it out. I think it is. He said the airdrop's going to be fire. That's from GMB's. That's from the horse's mouth right there. So, yeah, check it out. Midnight.network on Cardano. I'm excited that I'm going to be getting the stuff.io, my music NFT for the first one. Being a musician, that's important to me because even though I'm Arbitrum Army, I'm Arbitrum all the way. If Cardano can make it happen for me, I'm going to do it. I want to get my music on the blockchain, dude. I can't sit around and wait. I got too much music I'm sitting on as it is. I need to release some stuff, and I want to put it on chain. So if stuff.io is the first one to win that race, and I got to go over on Cardano to do it, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going over to Cardano to do it. See, this is where blockchain and communities are going to start melding together because you're going to find more and more stuff like this happen. Whereas, like, let's say you're a cook and you come up with this recipe and you want your family recipe that you made to go on chain. And let's just say Arbitrum does it cheaper, faster, and better and has more exposure than Solana. And you're a Solana guy. Well, you know what? You might just run over to Arbitrum and use whatever DApp they're using. So I think you're going to see people crossing different blockchains for different reasons coming up very soon. And I'm actually experiencing that right now with Cardano. I'm about to seriously be using it. I'm saying that I haven't seen the song on the blockchain yet, but once I do, I'm telling you right now, it's going to make me hooked, and it's going to make me want to do it again. And I'm going to probably release a whole album on it. It's probably coming, dude.
Yeah, that would be dope, man. That would be cool, man.
So that's a little bit of Midnight, a little bit of GMB. Do we have any news to go over?
No, not outside of the norm. Not unless you got something, man.
We got any World War III action going on? Anything spicy?
Not that I know of.
Any more bombs being dropped? Any kind of stuff like that we need to talk about? I don't think so.
No.
I think everything is chilling. Yeah, so you got to delete the intro and all that stuff on the left-hand side because it sucks up memory. So now the computer's running a little better. So I guess what we'll do is just look at some total global market cap real quick. And then we'll jump into because we don't have too much other news to talk about. We ain't got no meetings coming up, no FOMC meetings, nothing.
The next one, I believe, is in July next month. And I think it's at like 70-something% that we are not getting any cut. Everybody's focused on September, man. Everybody is looking towards September, which would make sense to me because September, that gives us a month to freaking go absolutely ape shit. You know, because I'm thinking October, November, beginning of December, we get our top. And that would give us plenty of time, dude. If we got a cut in September,
lagging big time,
October, November, that would be good. That would work out great.
Something is lagging us big time, dude. We're getting lagged big time, and I don't know what it is. It looks like I got full bars over here, but
screen.
Let me just double check. Yeah, we're getting real lag big time.
Do you have CoinGecko up?
I'm trying to, but it's about to just close it out because it's spinning too damn much. See if let me see if I use a different thing here. I don't know why, dude, because it says I got full bars. There's no reason in the world I should be lagging at all. I got full bars. So
I meant to say, guys, in case some of you guys don't know, I am the best dad in the world, and my son loves me, and I've got the cup to actually prove it. So, you know, it is what it is, man. Like it says it right here. I love my dad, and my son got that for me. So, you know, if you thought you were the number one dad, you're not, because I have the mug.
Yeah. I guess you guys have to deal with that one. Wes is going to be the champion on that.
I'm the champion. I got the cup.
I'm going to try this one more time to share this. I'm going to share this one more time, Wes. If it doesn't work, we're going into your charts because maybe it's on my end. I don't.
All right.
It's going to really piss me
off.
off.
Looks like YouTube threw us a bone last week.
Yeah, it looks like
YouTube threw us a bone.
I don't understand it
man.
because I got better internet than I had last week, and I'm using the same thing. This is going to piss me off. Man. What is this light mode shit, man? This shit's going to blind my ass, dude. I want that shit. Sorry about that, y'all. I didn't mean to blind you. All right. Total global market cap. Let's finally get it there. Holy crap. Holy. Crypto Home says bullish catalyst coming. Tax cuts, Genius Act, and crypto structure bill. I have not seen the crypto structure bill. We may have to dive into what that is, Holmes. He's saying tax cuts, so Crypto Homes has got a bone to pick with you, Wes. You're saying 70%. He's saying
that's tax cuts. We're talking about rate cuts. I was saying rate cuts in September.
Oh, he's talking about tax cuts. Well,
yeah, that's what they're debating right now. I think it's in the Senate. I believe the bill's in the Senate right now, and I think they're trying
for us to pay less taxes. Yeah. That's always a good thing. Okay, let's go. Crypto structure bill. What is that, Wes? Have you heard of this?
I mean, they've been working on regulation shit for a long time, dude. So maybe this is something that they've moved on to the next step outside of like
they've started naming it.
Yeah, I mean, we need something. Yeah, like he's saying, dude. We need some kind of catalyst, dude. Some kind of catalyst because we don't have nothing right now. There's nothing good that is happening right now that is pushing the price, man. And we gotta have that, dude. We had it last time with, even though we had the COVID stuff, there was money flowing, dude. People were spending like it was nothing. And once we get tax cuts, once we get rate cuts, you know, the Genius Act, all this stuff is going to be positive, and it's going to be a great catalyst.
Can you not get us on the screen with the chart or no?
Yeah, I can if you want.
Yeah, put us on because they can see. All right, so this is what I was kind of talking about last week. I was hoping for a bounce here, and look what happened. Look where we bounced, right exactly at 3.204, y'all. I called that shit. I said we would bounce at 3.2, and we did. We got a perfect bounce. Boom. Okay, so this was good. It's been holding. 3.2 has been the number that Wall Street has said, you know what, we'll take money out, but only so much. So this is a good thing, you guys. This shows that not only is the sector strong as hell, but it also shows that 3.2 is a level to be respected, man. I mean, look, you've got 3.371, 3.372. You came down here on a hard drop, right? Well, it's a little, okay, not a hard drop, but over 2 days, you dropped from 3.372 all the way down. So that's $172 billion removed from the market, okay? So when $172 billion leaves anything, that's a decent amount of money, especially for us in crypto. And what happened was I was expecting us and hoping us to bounce. You could not ask for a more perfect bounce than 3.2 right there. Perfect bounce, okay? Had a nice climb up. We're back above right above 3.4. So remember, 3.450 was where we were kind of poking our head at over here, and over here. We were kind of doing that where everyone was like, oh no, what's going to happen? And I said we had about $150 billion cushion from that point. Then we did drop. We dropped 150 billion, right? Then from there, the next level is 3.2. Perfect bounce. So if you look at the 3-month, it gives you a better picture. And if you guys are new and you don't know what chart this is every dollar total combined in crypto. So every stable coin, every all Bitcoin, Ethereum, everything. Excuse me. So the interesting thing on this chart is you basically have a 2.5 level down here. Let's just call it 2.5 perfect. And let's call the top right here 3.6. Okay, 3.597, which is basically 3.6. You got 3.6. We've tried to break above it twice. Okay, twice we've tried to break above it, but you got to look where we were in April. We were at 2.5. So you guys, we've been more than a month. May, June, July. We're gonna almost be 3 months going sideways at 3.5 trillion. You might as well say 3.5 the whole time because you're at 3.512 up here. You're at 3.3. You might as well call this 3.5. The average is 3.5 in here, right? With some dips below it. But, if you go from 2.5 up to 3.5 for a month, May, June, July, let's just say we go the greater part of July at 3.5. The target breakout on this is going to be what we need to happen, dude. This is gonna be what we need to get above. 4 trillion is the number to beat, man. 4 trillion is 3.8 technically speaking. Let me zoom in a little on this. 3.9 right here. You got 3.895. What is this? This is 3.8. 3.8. What is this? This is let's see, this 3 point, you might as well call that 8, 3.762. That's 3.8. So 3.8 is the number to beat, okay? So if we know that 3.8 is the number to beat, and we look at the last 3 months, and we've been solid at 3.5, $300 billion. So that's basically a double move of what we just fell, which you've seen how fast we fell on that. So if we can fall that fast, we can certainly pump that fast times 2. Now, the question is, are we going to have enough gusto to get above that and maintain it? Or are we going to go above it and then come down and bounce and start using it as support? That's the real question. That's what we need to figure out. In my opinion, I think we're ready to go take another attempt up to 3.8. I certainly think we're ready for that. Do I think we break it yet? Maybe even this month? To be perfectly honest, I don't think we do, but that doesn't mean we don't, because crypto just does what it wants sometimes. So in my humble opinion, looking at this, until Wes shares some other info with me from Total Global, I am not convinced that we are ready for the bull run just yet. It does not look like we're ready to soar past 3.8 and just go to all-time highs, but it does look like we're ready for another pump. And when I say another pump, I mean, it looks like we're ready for a significant move. Like we're going to attempt to go back up to 3.8, which is all-time highs. So we go to 3.8, we're going back up to all-time highs. So don't get what I'm saying bearish. I'm not saying bearish. I'm saying it's bullish. I'm just saying I don't know if it's sustainable from this chart. But if Wes can show me something else, maybe he can stir me in another direction. So that's all I got for total global market cap for right now.
Okay. Awesome, man. Awesome. All right. You ready for me?
Hope you all caught that one. Yeah, what did GMB say? I want to read some of these comments. Nah, for the rich to pay less taxes, LOL. Still would have more money go to markets naturally. Coinbase stock going up bigly still. My gosh. Some folks believe there could be a correction to an upcoming alt season. Interesting theory. MicroStrategy equals Bitcoin / coin equals alts to the normies of TradFi for sure. We were in the chat talking about Coin and Circle last week. Some on the show too. I hope y'all caught that one. Yeah, we were talking about that.
What was it?
Wes, you put in for the Coinbase stock, right? I mean, you
Yes.
or Circle?
Yeah, Circle.
Circle? Yeah.
That shit pisses me off, dude, to even think about. Yeah, I had a bid, man, for the IPO, and it didn't happen. It didn't happen. But I mean, it works out that way sometimes, man. Robinhood, that was the first time I've ever missed, a launch like that on Robinhood. But they select, they just select random people because they only get so many shares, or at least that's what it says. They select random people.
Yeah. Sure.
For it. And if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. And yeah, I think I bought like 8 of them or something. It's like 8 of them, and I didn't get it. Yeah, that would have been nice.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah, it would have been a nice come up, dude. I think it started at like $30. $30 if I'm not mistaken, and it's when I looked at it the other day, it was over $200. So like it ran. So I'd like to see that come down at least halfway from that run, dude. 30 to over 200, man. I would like to see it come back to like 150, and I would definitely buy some. I'm watching it, man. I'm trying to keep an eye on it.
All right. Well, I guess whenever you're ready, man, we can jump into some charts.
All right, guys. So this beautiful pattern right here, does it look familiar? Because it should be. It is a bullish continuation pattern. Guys, this is on the daily chart. Bitcoin sitting at 107,047. Not quite where we wanted to be, but the beautiful thing about this is that we are putting in a bullish continuation. We've hit both sides 3 times. 1, 2, 3 on the lower trend line. 1, 2, 3 on the higher trend line. We're getting rejected off of it now. It's almost like, man, we could have predicted this, right? Based on this pattern, it is very likely that we come back down to the lows and take out the lows. But just in case we don't, you guys should be prepared for this flag to play out. And what you want to see is this thing pop up above this top trend line, come back, retest it, and then start to break out again. That is when you want to put in your 50x leverage long, your $20 your $20 50x leverage.
$20 50x.
No, don't do that. That was a joke. But there is a good setup here, man. And these things play out when Bitcoin, especially in a trending market, when Bitcoin does this and it moves up in a way that it did right here, right? We consider this one impulsive move because you didn't really see any pullbacks back here, right? You don't see too many pullbacks back here. And if they did, they just came back to that lower level and just kind of consolidated and went sideways. So for this to be such an impulsive move and then to trail off, start putting in this flag pattern, this could be huge, man. 75% of the time, man, especially in a trending market, these things play out. The one thing that we can do, you can either try to trade this on the lower time frames within here. If we're expecting it to come back down, drop down to the hour, to the 15-minute chart, and start looking at plays on the way down. But as a swing trader, if you're watching this, guys, you already know what time it is. Wait for this thing to break above. We could come back and get a retest on that 20-day moving average. But nevertheless, just keep an eye on this. And then when we do finally break above that trend line, look for a retest. Boom, that's when you want to enter. And that is, man, you're gonna do pretty good, man. Especially if you don't go crazy on the leverage. Another thing that we can see, everything's kind of tying in. Everything is looking good. So the fact that we're coming up into this bull flag right here, and we're sitting around the 50 on the RSI. So we're sitting at resistance, but we're still barely above 50 on the RSI. And look at our MACD, dude. The MACD just flipped bullish. So there's a high likeliness, dude, that we break through this because we have enough steam left in us. All right, we've been trailing sideways and down since, when did we top out here? May 22nd. So for the last couple of weeks, we've been going down, down, down. RSI has been cooling off, down, down, down. MACD's been cooling off, down, down, down. And now we finally just got a flip on the MACD. You can see that little bit of green right there. We're putting in a bullish pattern, right? RSI is looking good, and the MACD just flipped. I think that this is perfect ingredients for a good long entry here. Just keep an eye on it, though.
I will say something that I do like is the fact that we've been riding that the blue line there. What's that? The 20? That's the 20, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the 20.
Yep. The 20. So the good news is, you know, it's a bullish continuation pattern. We've got a flag. We're flagging out, like Wes said. This is, technically speaking, we should break it to the upside when we're done with this pattern. I mean, all signs point to the upside, not the downside for this. So there's good news in the fact that we've gone sideways almost as much as we've gone up on this. Not quite. We'd have to come back down to that bottom trend line, touch it one more time, and then come back up if we were to go sideways as long as we went up. But everyone's getting bored and everyone's getting pissed off that we're going sideways. Excuse me. But the reality is, you guys, the longer you go sideways is the higher you go up. I don't make the freaking rules. Okay. That's just what any price of any chart of any asset, the longer you go sideways is the higher you are going to go up. It's just the way it works. So if we're going to go sideways a little longer, let's say the bearish side, if we go to the downside and we touch that bottom trend line, that's a possible long. If we go back down to that bottom trend line, I would almost say I would long there, but I digressed. My point is, we've got 3 touches on the top trend line, 3 touches on the bottom trend line, and we've just grazed that 20. Look how beautifully we've been respecting that 20 and resetting the indicators and cooling off. So I actually would not be surprised, Wes, if we did have a breakout to the upside. But like I said, total global look like we're ready to go up. This chart looks like we've been cooled off around the 20 long enough that, okay, we're back above the 20. Look what happened last time. The last time we consolidated on top of the 20 for a little while is when we got that God candle and started ripping. So maybe what happens next is the same thing that happened at the beginning of this pattern, where we just respect the 20 and go sideways for about, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, about 7 or 8 candles. And what is this? The weekly?
This is the daily. This is the daily, yeah.
So it's the daily. So then that would only put us 7, 8 candles. That would put us in a week of possible, if we were to stay above the 20, maybe 1 week grinding sideways and just closing little boring, stupid candles like last time, or alongside the 20 on top. And then we have that nice move up. So it could happen, man. For the bullish side, I still think we should get a little bit of sideways before we go up. I think if we go up now, it's too soon. But, maybe 7, 8 days of sideways, maybe under that line, and just riding the 20. Because to me, it looks like a double bottom on that blue box zone. It looks like we already had a nice double bottom, and now we're up at the top trend line. So from there, you either break that top trend line or you come back down to the 20 a little bit. So that's what I'm guessing. I think we're going to come back down to the 20 and just kind of respect it a little, maybe dip a little below it and just ride the 20 for a little bit. And then I think we have the breakout, which means possibly in a week, possibly by next Thursday's show, we have a breakout.
I love this right here, not only because it's the bullish continuation pattern, but every time that we have, let me see if we can see it on the weekly better. So every time that we have consolidated in these patterns, we had those moves up and then we went down and sideways. What do? We always drop down and retest the wick that's here. As you can see, this is the weekly chart. But that's our target. That's been our target every single time this has happened. We get that wick down, and it touches that little whale blip, like Siri likes to call it. This little whale blip, these little wicks here. What happened on the last time? We had a nice impulsive move up, and then we trailed down. And look where that wick took us, man. We hit this little whale blip and the beginning here.
Damn right.
Now, what are we seeing? We had a nice move up. Look where that wick went. Where's that wick to the left? We came back and we retested this wick here, man. You see that right here?
Oh, yeah.
That little wick right there.
Check that out.
And so that kind of has me confident that, man, that could have been the local bottom, man. That could have been the local bottom. But on a weekly chart, you're looking at this. Yes, that could have been a local bottom. But when we switch back to the daily chart, you can see just because this is our local bottom doesn't mean we're not going to come back and retest the 100, right? I do think that we have hit our local bottom. I do think that we took out this wick here, that little well blip. And I'm with you, man. I'm with you. We could get a midline correction or just come back and retest the 20. That wouldn't be strange at all, right? So I'm looking for a midline correction, maybe coming back, maybe just retest the 20 and then break out from here. But either way, man, there's definitely some opportunities right here. But from a swing point, from a swing trade standpoint, this is definitely a good pattern to look to trade, man. Because when we break above here, that's going to be a good pattern.
Can you keep this? Don't zoom out. Don't move. Keep it right where it is. Look to the left where that God candle, that first God candle where we bounced above the 20 on the blue on the left-hand side. That first God right there. Now go to the top of that God candle. The top, boom. You see how those next 8 candles kind of flagged out? They went up a little and flagged out. Now look where we're at right now. You see there's a God candle. There's a little upward movement, a little indecision candle. This is what I was saying. What I think could happen is we flag out for the next 7-8 days, just like happened there. And then you have a little fake out, let the market makers make their little shit money. And then you have that massive move because 2 things happen. One, you were already above the 20, right? So we're just now getting above the 20. The only difference is we haven't had that massive candle, like we haven't had the God candle there. But what I'm saying is, I guess this pattern is like a mini God candle right there. To me, it looks like we could go get those 7 or 8 candles sideways and then have that next move where we do get that move above the 20. It stood out to me a little bit. That's all. I wanted you to look at that because the pattern before it too, if you go below that God candle, look at the candles before it. You had 7 or 8 days of not indecision candles, but you had slightly bearish candles getting pushed down to the 20, right? Right below that God candle. You had 7 or 8 getting pushed down. You rode the top of that 20, and then you had your move. So if that happens here, where we just get pushed down, we get rejected from that yellow top trend line, we get pushed down, and we just ride that 20 for 7-8 days, then boom, we get released right above that. That could be the trigger breakout, which could put us by next week. So it looks good. I don't see it happening before next week, but I do think that we could have a potential breakout by next Thursday. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, it's definitely something that's looking good here. Let's see what old Lux Algo has to say about it, man. Let's see what Lux Algo has to say. But another thing, man, just to put this into perspective and what you can expect is we can't forget about the CME gap that still hasn't been closed around 92,000.
92.
And we also can't overlook an average pullback after we make these moves to the 0.5, which is going to be around that $92,000 level. But I'm confident, man. I'm like super confident that this wick here, wicking down and retesting that previous one that acted as resistance. I'm feeling good about that move, man, that we could possibly get a midline correction and keep going. but we still have to keep our eyes open. Like me, I still have limit orders down at 92,000. I have a limit long in at 92,000, and I got one in at 95,000. So why not? You know what I mean? Just have one there just in case, because if we do go back there, we're going to bounce hard, and it's going to be a nice move, man.
Yeah, 95 to 96,000 was an area that was extremely traded heavily for Bitcoin. I mean, there's no way around it. There was a lot of trading done there. 92 is sort of the bottom of that range. You know, I think it's going to take a lot of work for the market makers to drop it there, but that doesn't mean they won't.
Right.
It's just, I think it's going to take a lot of work to do that, but it's not going to be impossible. So if we got a CME gap there, you know, let's say all the upside looks like, you know, we could have a breakout in a week. So what does that mean? Does that mean between now and next week that the market makers are going to take us from here down to 92? Well, that's a hell of a short if so, but it's not a short that I want to take, because I'm not opening a short right now. I'm not about to get wrecked. So I don't know, man. This is tough. This is one of those moments where everything's right. Everything looks good. There's no excuse for us to not go up. Like, all the fundamentals are great. All the world's adopting Bitcoin. It's everywhere. Every institution's buying Bitcoin. You got the pudgy penguin on freaking Wall Street ringing the bell with Van Eck. I don't know if you saw that, but they had literally the pudgy penguin mascot was on Wall Street ringing the morning bell with Van Eck. I thought it was AI at first. Turns out it was real. So, I mean, what the hell else more do you want, guys? I mean, we've got everything set up for launch. The only thing is, it's that old proverb where patience. You know, it's like you've got to be patient because it'll come, but you know, sometimes you just got to wait it out for that big move. But that doesn't mean it's not coming very soon. And could you get a little move down to that CME gap before? Sure. But like Wes is doing, Wes has got a limit order set. So if it does crash down there, who gives a shit? He's going to get his order filled. And is that just a buy, Wes, or is that going to open a long?
No, that opens a long. That opens a long.
Okay, so he's being a little bit more of a degenerate. But you guys get my point. He could have just as easy went on Robinhood. If you're an amateur, you can go on Robinhood and set a limit order just to buy Bitcoin when it drops down low. You don't have to trade. You know, you don't have to trade. You could just DCA, and while you're DCAing, put in a limit order. So if the price drops to that to that number, it'll automatically buy Bitcoin for you at that price. And then, you know, if it happens when you're asleep, you know, you wake up and you go, oh, my limit order got filled. Oh, look at that shit. It dropped down to 92, 93. And now it's at 96. You know, you can make money overnight if that happens, if you put in good limit orders. So that's one hell of a strategy. Even without trading, you guys, you can DCA and make money doing that.
Yeah. All right. So Lux Algo, man, there's a lot of mixed signals here. A lot of mixed signals, man.
Oh, that's like my ex-girlfriend right here.
A lot of mixed signals here. Oh, yeah. And you can see where we put that green line last week for that wick to come down and retest. And what was last week? Where were we last week? Right here. So we were right here last week. And so we kind of nailed, look, it's at the bottom of the smart trail. We talked about that, man. That was a good move, dude. Good move. But yeah, so Lux Algo, it has, all right, so we had our impulsive move up, caught the buy signal here, then it flipped, right? We got our sell signal. It is not a strong sell signal, but it is a sell signal. And that was, I'm pretty sure that was when the Iran stuff started happening. Iran and Israel stuff started happening. Then we launched our bombs or whatever over there, and then we called for the peace, and that kind of happened here, and that's kind of what reversed us here, going back to the upside. The purple, or the colors of the candles are purple. That usually signals that, you know, a reversal is kind of taking place at the moment. But our signal is still to the downside, man. Lux Algo has that first target at 95,000, which is going to be this order block. we've already filled this gap here, this fair value gap, and then we have that order block that could get filled right here at the target. But yeah, it's a lot of mixed signals here, man, because our smart trail is still blue. The trend catcher just flipped back red, after taking out this order block. So we'll see, man. I'm almost betting that this comes back down and we get a retest back at the lower part of this trend line. We retest the lows, take out this low, and then we continue up. But I do think that we come back one more time before we go up. Just looking at this.
Well, you know what's interesting is right below your two bottom take profits, your two bottom side targets. What is perfectly in the middle of that is that CME gap, like right smack in the middle of those two levels. The first level's at 88,000, the second level's at 95 or whatever. Look what's in the middle, 92,500, which is exactly where your CME gap is. So if Lux Algo does hit the first price target and just goes right where Wes's line is, that's where the CME gap is. So yeah, we have to keep an eye on this. I mean, this is something we need to watch, and it's something that could happen fairly soon. I mean, look, it could take a week, it could take 2 weeks, it could take 3 weeks, but between 1 week and a month, you could see Bitcoin come down to 92K and touch that CME gap. And look, if it does, it'll reset. Man, can you imagine how reset the RSI will be? Can you imagine how cooled off the market will be? It'll flush out leverage. It'll flush out these temporary guys that are in Bitcoin. It'll scare some of these boomers out of the market that shouldn't be here to begin with. Look, if it goes to 92K, so be it. Those people, those weak hands, were only in here to try to make a quick buck anyway. Get them the hell out. We don't want them anyway. Let them go. So here's the thing. That will set us up. Man, that'll set us up because we're coming in June, July. What do you got left? August, September. Bro, we're right there. So October, November, December is when I've been saying is going to be rocket ship, right? We're coming up on July 4th. So what's left? What do we got? July, August, September. You got 3 months, a 3-month period before euphoria. June, July. Well, June's done. Forget it. June's over with. July, August, September. So those are your 3 months right now. So based on this chart, looking at the candles, it'll probably take every bit of 7 or 8 candles to come back down. If we do come back down, unless you get one of them big purple candles like you got, that could speed it up a little. But look how you still didn't get down to that 92. Even
no,
with that.
we haven't even gotten close. We got solid.
Not even.
Dude, we got solid support on this trend line, and right here at 100,000. Not right there, right here at 100,000 on the close. These wicks, these retests here, this test, and then we closed back above that 100K. There's a solid support back here at 100, man. 100,000. There's pretty damn solid support there, and psychologically too, man. It's a good level to watch.
It is, but the thing is, if that same psychological level gets broken because of, I don't know, let's say Trump and Bibi get into a fight on the world stage.
That
two of
right
the biggest,
there we can't
baddest,
predict. It's one of those things.
You can't predict it, but when Trump is already cussing, you can. It's not a prediction at that point. You already got some of that. It's like people standing chest to chest. Oh, they might get in a fight. Well, it's not a prediction at that point. It's an estimated guess. So my estimated guess is not that Trump and Bibi are going to get into it, but my estimated guess is if Fink and all these guys want to drop us below 100K, they're going to need some kind of beef to pop off. They're going to need some kind of drama, or some kind of drama is going to have to happen. So does the chart predict the news, or does the news predict the chart? I don't know, man. I don't know, but I agree with you. I think 100K looks good. You got 3 levels, 3 bounces on it. Is 3 enough to hold us above it if some shit pops off? Probably not. I think we could definitely fall below it like crushed butter if there's another scare. of World War III or Putin or Trump or any of these guys. But 90% of the time that CME gap gets filled. We can't ignore that. We can't just say it's not going to happen. But this is one of those things, man. This is a tough call, bro. Like, I'm not looking forward to calling price targets.
It is because we have a beautiful bull flag playing out, but then we have a CME gap at 92,000. It's like
it's just crazy. It's
and then
crazy.
We just have the market is just so mixed, man. So mixed, dude. So this is a hard one to predict, man. But all we can do is say, look, if this happens, expect that. If this happens, expect that, right? And I think it's kind of the same here, man. If something happens, as far as war goes or macro, like some kind of crazy event, yeah, we fall through this trend line, we break that trend line, we go back, close the CME gap, and then we continue up.
What kind of drop would that be if you measured from where we are exactly right now down to 92,000? What percent drop is that? Down to 92.
That would be 13-14% drop.
All right, so ask yourself this. Is a 13% drop going to wreck your portfolio?
Depends on how much money you got, man.
To where you're going to quit forever.
The more money you got, the harder you're going to get hit. But, that's big. People, the S&P goes down 2% or 1%, and you got people flipping out.
They want to jump out a window.
So, you're talking about 13-14% of a whale's portfolio.
That's on Bitcoin
that's
too.
Lot.
Yeah, that's on Bitcoin. That's brutal.
That's
but where's the halfway mark of that last move? If you measure from the bottom of that move to the top of that move, your 0.5 is smack dab at $93,000 again. So all signs are pointing that it would be normal to go to 92,000, and it wouldn't be the end of the bull run. It wouldn't be a horrible, hideous thing. So we have to keep that in perspective too, even though we're sitting up high and pretty and we're like, oh, we're at 107,000. Okay, that's good. But we kind of cheated. We jumped, we took the elevator from basically, what the hell is the bottom of that move? That's a huge move. The bottom of that move is $74,000. We went from 74,000 up to freaking 112,000. And so for us to come back down to 92 and we were going to bitch about it. No, if you went from 77 cents to $1.12 and then you correct down to 92 cents, you wouldn't give a shit. You'd still buy, you'd still hold, and you wouldn't be devastated. So you have to look at it with the perspective of, yes, it would be bad to come from 107 to 92. No one wants to do it. But look where we just came from. The bottom of those red candles, man, we're at $77,000. Yeah. So look at that move. That's a monster move. Monster.
Yeah, it's looking good, man. And on Lux Algo, there's still nothing showing that we're gonna drop. Like, there's really not, man. Normally we'll have a triangle or a red dot. We haven't gotten that yet, man. We've had a momentum shift to the upside, bullish momentum shift here. We got our green dot, and money flows green. Like, we haven't gotten a red dot. There's nothing so far that is saying that we're going to come back down. No bearish divergence, no nothing. The only thing that we have is this sell signal, which almost got canceled out right here, which did get canceled out because nothing else, there was no other confluence with it, right? Like literally nothing. Money flow was still good. We had our trend catcher still green, smart trail still blue, bullish. And so it got canceled out for a second, but now it's back red, and it's just showing there's really not much comparative to like the bullish stuff. They cancel each other out, man. You know what I mean? They cancel each other out. And especially since we're ranging within this flag. Like, there's nothing about this chart that I see that says, holy shit, man, we're about to crash, dude. If anything, with the pattern, we should break out. And the way the oscillator matrix look, we should break out, So yeah, I don't see anything that's scary.
I don't see any head. I don't see any head and shoulders. I see a potential double bottom that is causing us to pump to the top of the red trend line. Um, I mean, could we go back down to the bottom of that trend line? And that would be the only thing I would say. I would say we came back up for the third time to hit that trend line at the top, the red trend line. So, maybe we pump again and actually hit it, because it looks like we didn't really hit the top trend line that you have drawn right there. It's like we almost hit it and we got rejected. We're sitting down below it. So maybe you get a rally tomorrow or the next day and you go up and hit that before coming back down to that bottom trend line. But that's going to take a couple of days to do. That's not going to be a God candle down. Like, it's not going to be one massive red candle down to the bottom. Like, you know what I'm saying? It would be a full candle. It would take all day to go up, maybe 2 days, go up, touch the top of the red line. And then over the weekend, we kind of fizzle down. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we work sideways. And then, by Friday next week, we're somewhere in the middle of that heart line. Then the next week, so you're looking at possibly 2 weeks before you even bleed out to even go towards the bottom of that trend line. So like Wes is saying, I don't see anything detrimental or anything spooky, scary looking either. It's not like the bull runs over and everything's going down, down, down at all. It's not like that. It's just, unfortunately, this is price action. Sometimes it's a little freaking boring, man. Sometimes you have to wait, and the market makers take advantage of that. They know you don't want to wait for this shit. Fink knows you don't want to wait 2 more weeks. You think he don't know? He's sitting in his office right now like, make him wait another 3 weeks. Like, you know what I'm saying? These guys got billions of dollars, you guys. They're not sitting there counting every penny like we are. When we're on the bottom, every day matters to us. Every hour, every minute, every day, every week, it's crucial for us little guys. But these guys sitting in these freaking offices and shit, they're already rich. Like, there's no sense of urgency at all. So they can play this game and they can starve your ass out for weeks or months and just say, you know what, hell with it, man. Just go sideways a little more. It's not to say it's going to stay like that forever, but it feels like forever when you're in it. When you're in the middle of it, it just feels like, oh my God, do we have to wait another 6 days, another 7 days? Like, it's very intense sometimes, the patience that you have to have. But when those moves come, boy, does it feel good. When those pumps come, and they come, it's worth it. It makes it all worth it.
Look where the 200 is, the 200 daily.
Perfectly at 94.
Yeah, wow. Just something to keep an eye on, guys. Something to keep an eye on. We just started a new candle, daily candle. So let's see where this goes. But I mean, for the most part, man, I think that it looks beautiful, man. We just came back, retested the high within this bull flag. We could go back down, even lower. That's at 97. Hopefully, that would be a good scoop, in my opinion. I mean, every time we've come down and hit this lower trend line, look at the moves we've made. Boom.
We respected it every time. That's why it's so hard to say that, knowing that CME gap's there. But look at the 200, man. Mm-hmm. Look at where the 200 is. So maybe, man, if you measure that in time, your best guess, if you had to measure that in time where we would come down and say hit the 200 again, that would put you somewhere into what? End of July?
Yeah, something like that.
To the far right, like end of July. So June, July, August. So August. So potentially 3 weeks of sideways and down until the end of July. And that would, man, the timeline's going to be, oh man, it's over. Bull run's over. That was the top.
Something to watch, dude.
Oh, I can't
I'm watching this, man, because if we break out from this, guys, and we break up through here and then we get a retest on that, that's where you want to enter your trade, man. Because if we break above it and we retest it and start to bounce off, you can wait. Some people like to wait until we cross over this. Why did I put it like that? Some people like to wait until we cross above that swing. But man, if we bounce off this and we start putting in a nice green candle, shit, I'm going for it.
What level is that there? What level is that right there? 107 or something?
What on the bounce?
Yeah, that bounce.
Yeah, it'd be like 108. Yeah.
Can you zoom out and look and see what we're in relation to the 200 day? How realistic it looks like we're going to hit the 200 again, or if we're just going to keep rolling?
It's the 200.
So the last couple times we actually came down to the 200 was how long? April, we came down to the 200 and we traded there February. Well, was that February when we first came down and touched it?
Yeah, I'm viewing this right here like this. This is how I'm viewing where we're at right now.
Oh, I got you. You're saying we're at the start of this and there's going to be euphoria.
We've just made this move right here. Boom. And then we're flagging out a little bit. And then we're going to, that's where I think we are, man.
Like euphoria is coming.
That's where I think we are, dude. Yeah, I think most are making the mistake of like, dude, we just had this big move come out. No, this was just a steeper decline here than it was back here. But essentially, I mean, this bottom is the same as this bottom. And all we're doing is we just finally broke above the top of that, dude. Like, we're just here. Like, we are here, with this move that we're doing, man. And
I like that. I like that analogy. I like that analogy. I think you're actually spot on with that. And if that's the case, and people are going to wait, and we're sitting here being the assholes to tell them we're going to the CME gap. But I did say this a long time ago, if you remember, Wes. I said it's good to watch the CME gap and know about it. And yeah, I do think we will hit them. We usually do. But sometimes the market makers are going to run your ass up first before they come back down to hit it. So the real question that we need to ask is what Wes is saying going to happen where we don't go back down to that 200? Like, what if we don't go to that 200 and we don't close that CME gap right now and we just go up and you're sidelined? That would suck. Like, that would really suck if you're sidelined and not in the market. And we do that. So that's something you have to look at too. You got to look at it both ways. And when you start looking at it that way, all of a sudden a $92,000 Bitcoin really don't seem too bad at all. Cause now you're thinking, well, shit, I hope it does go there so I can scoop some up.
Right.
What's your price target to the upside on, well, let's just get into it by next Thursday. Cause we're going to have to, I know we're avoiding the shit, but we're going to have to make calls. As much as we don't want to, we're going to have to.
Jesus, man. Yeah, you gonna let me go first?
Of course.
By next Thursday, I believe we will be bearish. So my bear call would be coming back to test this bottom trend line, retest the lows, but I'm looking at 101. My bullish is gonna be at this target here, 1, 2, 3, 4, or possibly coming back to retest 108, 109. Actually, fuck, dude, I want to say higher, man. Like, I just feel like this is about to this is about to happen. Nobody's expecting it.
I see that, dude. And Total Global was looking for me ready to go up for another attempt. That's what's killing me, because looking at the Total Global market cap chart, all signs point to we're headed up. But like I said in the beginning of this episode, let me turn this on because it's getting dark as shit in here. It's getting darker than my life when I was a teenager. Like I said at the beginning of the episode, watching Total Global, what did I say? I said it looks like we're ready to go up, but it does. I don't think we're going to have enough strength to maintain it. So I like where your little trend line is drawn around 109. My upside is going to be 109, and I think we hit our head. I do not think we have enough gas to go through it yet. I think we hit our head at 109. Come back down. If that's the upside, my downside target is going to be 103. So between 103 and 109, but 103 is my bearish, 109 is my bullish.
Yeah, I like how this looks right now, boring. Man. I really like how this looks. I really do, because I mean the MACD just flipped. We're pretty much neutral on the RSI. We've already came down and hit, 36, 37. I think we do have enough gusto, man, to push through that and start making new all-time highs. I think we do.
There's slight.
I like it, man. I think it looks great.
There's slight bullish divergence between the RSI and the chart. Slight. But it depends on where you measure it, right? It's like, the RSI is kind of trending down where we're kind of trending up, but it's like, it's not really, it's not cut in stone. But man, if you're right that we're where we were on that other move, it's going to catch everybody off guard. Like if we do not come down to the 200 and just keep ripping, that's going to be fucking scary for people, because they're going to be like, what the fuck? Like, but I don't know, man. You think that happens in July? I don't know, man. It could, dude. It could happen, man. We've been waiting. We've been saying we're due for 120, 150 Bitcoin, but I don't know, man. I feel like we're going to hit our head again, bro. I feel like 109, we hit our head, and we come back down and possibly have a boring freaking July into August, September. By the time we hit September, man, can you imagine? This goes along with if they do rate cuts in September, and then you got October, November, December, which are generally the most powerful months for Bitcoin. If they flip the switch in September, and then you're going into September, October, November, December, and we've been grinding sideways instead of going up to 120 or going up to 150, that's going to be straight euphoria. I mean, that's going to be a straight freaking moonshot. And that's going to be scary.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be like, holy shit, you're not going to know when to sell. If that happens and we're just rocket ship up, dude, that is going to everybody up. Like, that's going to mess you up. That's going to mess me up. We're going to be looking at each other like, what the fuck do we do? Like, can you imagine, bro, if you wake up and Bitcoin's just at 120, the next day it's at 125, the next day it's at 130, the next day it's 140, the next day it's at 155, the next day it's at 160. You're going to be looking around, you're going to be like, what the fuck do I do?
Yeah, that's 2020 vibes.
I'm saying, what if that happened? And the only thing you can do if that happens and when that happens, because we got to start preparing for this, because this is psychologically what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You have to be ready. And if it does, we're going to flip over to that Crypto Remora chart. Wes, hit him with the Crypto Remora chart real quick. That's what this Crypto Remora chart's for. So if it gets crazy, shit gets crazy, you guys. That's what we have our secret weapon for. We're going to start watching the other indicators, the MVVR and the BBBB and the blah, 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 blah. We have all kinds of indicators that'll indicate to us when the shit's too hot. But this one in particular, when we start seeing that snowy white cap, when we start getting ready to ski on the way down, we're going to know, because we're climbing the mountain right now. Once we get to the top of that mountain, me and Wes are jumping the hell off, and we're going to go skiing down that Black Diamond Trail. We're going to sell the bags. Hopefully, we're going to nail the freaking top this time. Hopefully, you guys are going to nail the top with us, because that's our goal. Our goal is to get in and get the hell out before Larry Finkster dumps on your head. So this is the name of the game, man. This is the most important chart in crypto. This is the most important chart on our channel. When to get out. And this matters. This is hot potato. This is the game. And it matters, bro. So this chart is what we're going to be leaning on. At least I'm going to be relying heavily on this chart. when that happens, when you wake up and the shit's just going up and up and up and up, because you think it's scary going sideways, you think it's scary going down. Wait till you wake up and every single day is like that, and you've held your bags like me and Wes did. We held our bags all the way through that and didn't sell last cycle. So I literally watched about $36,000 disappear in a matter of 2 weeks. And you want to talk about scary? That's scary. Okay, you don't want to see that. So this time going in, when the numbers are going up, it's going to be scary for us because we're going to be looking at each other like, what the hell? But this chart is going to calm. This chart's going to calm my spirit on the way up. I do believe that, because I think I won't get scared until we start getting to the top of that yellow line. Once we start getting close to the top of that yellow line, Wes, can you show them on screen which line I'm talking about?
Oh, this right here on the RSI.
So Wes is pointing to it right now, you guys. That yellow line right there. When we start seeing that, when we start heading toward that yellow line, that's when I'm seriously going to be considering getting the
it's
out.
also on this momentum indicator too, man, down here at the bottom. You know, every time we've come back and we've hit it one time, dude. And we still haven't hit it yet this cycle. We've come close, but we haven't hit it yet this cycle.
Very close.
And it is starting to curve
Very
up
close.
now. It's starting to curve up. We just got a buy signal on the overbought, oversold indicator here. And everything's looking good, man. It looks good. I'm excited.
It's coming, bro. It's coming. So get ready, you guys. When the time comes and you wake up and your phone's all in the green every day and you're looking around saying, when do I sell? When do I sell? We're going to lean not on our own understanding, and we're going to look at good indicators. We're going to look at good charts. We're going to look at good alerts. And this is one of them. This is a custom Crypto Remora chart that you will only find on this channel.
I'm excited for it, man. There's a lot to look forward to. There's still a ton of altcoins that are down from their highs, and a lot of opportunity there. You know, Hyperliquid, all the small caps within the Hyperliquid ecosystem. I think there are some straight gems in there. You can find a lot of good stuff in there. AI, I still don't think that we've seen, you know, the AI move that is coming, man. This is going to be huge, I think.
Let's welcome Court W to the stream. It's good to see you in the chat. He's making some comments. He's active in the chat. Welcome to the show. Court W says every second sure does matter to me. So he's feeling what I was talking about earlier. GMB says, I know, right? He's agreeing. Court W says, check this out. Court W says, so when rate cuts come, will things fall or go sideways and up? GMB says, this is interesting. I am of the opinion that things will dip and then break to the upside.
I think we're gonna freaking go ballistic, dude. We're gonna go crazy. This is something that we've all been waiting for. This is something the market's been waiting for. It's anticipation, and I think as soon as we start getting closer to that, and we've got the votes in, the CME, they're putting their votes in for the Fed rate watch or whatever it is, and we're up in the 80 percentile range of yes on a rate cut. I think the market's gonna immediately start moving here because we need that, man. And then the tax cuts, dude. We need this liquidity coming in.
You need the indicator.
We need the liquidity coming in.
You need that bullish momentum.
We need that. So,
so this is Crypto Home says, you ready for this, Wes? This makes me feel better. Read this.
Gosh,
I want you to read that out loud because that right there, Holmes. We love you, Holmes. Thank you for tuning in, brother. I wish I had 100,000 to lose. My God,
we know how it feels.
I watched over $100,000 disappear from February to now.
God, dude.
Holmes, God bless your spirit, brother. My God,
you'll get it back, man. You'll get it back, dude.
You damn sure will. You're a smart cookie.
Man. And Holmes, check out the Hyperliquid ecosystem, man. If you haven't, dude, there's a lot of gems in there, dude. A lot of gems in there, man, that are going to do really, really good.
Also, it says I agree with that because history says the same thing. So by the dips, each rate cut moment, I guess.
Yeah, by the dips, each rate cut moment, I guess. Yep. Yeah, it's coming, man. Once we get that liquidity flowing, dude, it's only a matter of time. So we're staying positive, Staying positive. September we get a cut, and that gives us plenty of time to run. So stack up, man. Stack up. You got anything else, dude?
Only looking at this chart here that we've such ridden the bottom part of this rainbow. We're just at the midline curve of it right now. The only thing I could say is if we're waiting for the cuts and they don't come till September, chances are we go back down toward the bottom of that blue, the blue rainbow there. Let's say we ride the bottom of that son of a bitch for another 2 months. Who gives a fuck? Because if we get a chance to ride it on the bottom for the next 2 months, man, dude, when we go back to that upside, I'm telling you, bro, $275,000 Bitcoin is not even a question. We're going to hit it. We'll wick. It might not stay there forever, but you are damn sure going to slice through it if that happens. I'm just saying, if this keeps playing out like I've been saying, and I said it 6 months ago, I said we could be bored as hell for 3 to 6 months. We had good moves, though. We've had good moves to the upside. I'm just saying, if now that we've had these couple of good moves, we kind of top her out and just kind of tinker down, it's good, man. It's a good thing, because then we're going to catch that euphoric. It's going to be harder to trade. It's going to be harder to get out of, but that's why we have these indicators. That's why we have these charts on this bull run, Wes. I don't think it's a coincidence that last bull run we didn't know what we were doing, and on this bull run, even though we kind of learned a little more, it doesn't mean does it feel any easier to you? It doesn't feel any easier to me. It feels like just as challenging as it was 4 years ago to make money. Like, even though we've learned, because the whales have learned AI, we're freaking competing against computers, you guys. We're playing against Saget on freaking Super Nintendo Street Fighter right now. Like, we are trying to fight against AI trading bots with people with the most money in the world. So the shit is not going to be easy, but you've got to persevere. You got to keep positive, and we got to realize that either way, we're going to make money. We're going to be good. We're not going to lose. It's not going to happen. We're not going to let you lose money, Holmes. Shit is not happening.
That's right. That's right.
And he bought at the bear market lows. See, that's the courage. What Holmes is doing, this is the kind of shit, this is the conviction. Conviction makes money, okay? When you're convicted and stuff at bear market lows, yes, good move, Holmes. That's how you really kill it. That's how you kill it. You don't get scared at the bear market lows and you have conviction and you hold. You'll out trade 90% of the traders out there just by doing that. So yeah, good calls, guys. Hang in there. I know it's boring. Let's see where price action takes us, man. Made our calls. So I think that's pretty good. I think that's pretty much all I have, Wes, unless you have anything else.
No, I think that's it, man. I think that's it. Sentiment's kind of low right now. We'll hit it again on Thursday, man, and do what we do. But
word up, man. And I got some good news I'm going to announce as soon as that music NFT is on the blockchain. I can't wait for that shit. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to share that. Make sure you guys can see that beautiful custom telly in the background.
Nice.
But yeah, man, I think that's going to wrap it up. Guys, make sure you hit subscribe. Wes, run us out.
I thought you were going to do it.
I felt good in the first line. Then I was like, shit, I don't know what he says after that.
I just
I had the first one.
Yeah, guys, thank you for being here. Come back next Thursday, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We will be here. We'll be looking at the markets. And make sure you're following us on all socials at the Crypto Remora. Make sure you're following Sierra at Sierra Crypto and myself at Crypto MacGyver. Much love, and until next time, peace out.
You guys, if you're on Facebook too, hit us up, man. We got a Facebook page, Crypto Remora on Facebook. So definitely.